Hi everyone. My name's Alan. I am a intern at the communication lab. So you might have seen me around for your class, or maybe you've not. But I wanted to share my experience as a tutor as well as a student, and I wanted to share why, if any of you are taking a public speaking class right now, why you should become a tutor. So let me share you a small little brief of my coming. Also, these guys are here to listen to. So, as a public speaking student, when I was taking, uh, COMM 111, or now it's COMM C 1000, stupid. Uh, when I was a student, I did not like coming to the lab. I actually hated coming to the lab. I found it super stupid in a way. Of why do I have to come here when I could, go home? I could do other chores. I could go shopping. There's play games. I could do anything else besides coming into the lab because I already have to go to class, and then the fact that I had to do more work was more really annoying for me. And plus, I came the first time I came into the lab because oh yeah, I thought it was required, which it is. I came in and it was packed, and this was like noontime on a Tuesday, which is really packed, and it's normally a day that is very filled. So explains it all. But at the time, I was like, I don't want to be here. I'm not a huge claustrophobic. I get claustrophobic really easily, so that's why I'm like, oh, don't want to be here. However, I started changing the times that I would come and just try it out because I just didn't want to, cheat my way through. And I thought about doing that, but I realized let's just actually try for once. So I tried, came into the lab. I came into the lab on opening time at 9 a.m. and I would work there for about an hour or two. And I realized this lab is not too bad. It's very chill, it's relaxed. I get a lot of work done, surprisingly. And the first time I had my speech, I had a speech with an intern. And this intern uh, was mind blowing for me. He helped me so much, gave me so much feedback. We had a good time. He gave me all this ideas of how I want to do my speech, and it was super helpful to the point where I didn't mind coming back. And then I got to meet all the other tutors and interns on staff at the time, which was great, honestly. So after a while of me getting all this feedback and improving, I was able to, get a really good grade. I got an A. And so my professor recommended me to work in the lab, and I thought, okay, well, that's cool and all, but what else does it have? So I went and asked our professor on duty at the time was Professor Massimo, and she explained all the whole thing about being a comm tutor and everything, and it changed my life. It honestly did because now I've been here as a tutor for 2 semesters. So as an intern, you work for 2 semesters as a tutor, and then you can become an intern by doing this application process and all that stuff, which you can ask whoever the supervisor or person in charge of the lab uh, at the time of this. So um, that's all I did. I tutored and I had a great time, and it was super rewarding. And that's why the main thing that I like about tutoring is that it's super rewarding. When you're going around asking people, hey, do you need any help? The fact that you already had experience in that gives you more confidence. 100%. You'll look at an assignment and you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. But helping someone understand the process of getting from point A to point B is so satisfying, especially their speech. When you look at their outline and their first speech practice and you're like, oh wow, it's kind of weak, it's not as good, and you give them this feedback to help them improve, and to see them like improve and get better, and then their confidence grows as a speaker, to then when they do their actual speech for their class, whether it's like and most speeches in these classes are worth a good amount of points, and then they do really well, and they come back saying, oh, I did really well, thanks for all your help. It is super super satisfying, trust me. So that's why I recommend being a tutor. Plus friends, make a lot of friends in the lab. Most of my friends that I've met and sometimes still communicate to now, they all came from the lab, and they're great people. You just need to talk to some people. It's nice because it's not like a classroom setting where there's like a 30 people and everybody's chit-chatting back and forth, and it's weird in a sense because like there's too many people. I like it in the lab because when you're talking to a tutor to tutor, tutor to intern, tutor to a professor, you get to know a person one on one and really understand like what they think, and then you can really decide easier whether this type of person fits your style of how you work and all of that. So I do recommend it. I do recommend coming into the lab. I recommend being a tutor, And if you have any questions, you'll see me around, hopefully, if you're watching this in this range of time, whatever. But I do recommend becoming a tutor, and I think you'll have a great time if you do. So, thank you.